stuff because I'm interested in finding out, when did you get into boxing and when did you start taking it serious?
I always wanted to be a boxer. I'm a fan of boxing. I've been in the boxing gym a few times over the years, hit the bag, probably hit some mitts, but not really nothing serious, never nothing sparring. When I was done with the street life in 2016, well, the end of 2015, I said I'm done with it. And I said in 2016, I was going to be a professional boxer. So 2016, I turned pro, had my first pro fight. I probably sparred maybe a sparring is when you go in the ring and practice with someone. I probably had like 2 rounds of that ever before my first pro fight. No amateur fights, no trainer, no promoter, no manager. Fuck it, let's go. Because the street shit is over with. I'm done with it. I retire. And I'm going to go test my hand in this boxing. And that was 2016. I went cold turkey with all the street stuff. And a little bit about me, I was at the peak of my career with the drugs, the street shit, the name, the money, and everything. And I just walked away like, you know what, this is it. I'm either going to be in jail or dead if I keep doing this shit, man. I'm cool. What's up with the boxing? I looked into it, moved my family to Vegas. I'm all in with the boxing.
So what made you go into boxing? What was you must have had a previous interest or some previous experience to want to start boxing professionally?
No, I never really had no experience. So it's just something I want to do. And I'm 32 years old. I took a couple losses, big losses, a couple $100,000 losses, different times within 6 months. And I'm like, man, I got to do this boxing thing with a little bit of money I got left. Fuck it.
Did you get robbed or something?
Yes and no. Not robbed like give me this, but somebody ran off with 100,000. And then the police took 100,000 from me within 30 days. And that was it. I said, shit, I can't do it. I don't know if I'm hot. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to kill somebody. I'm going to be in jail. That's it. The money I got, I moved to Vegas, packed it up. And I said, if I'm going to do this shit, I want to be with the best. I want to be a Mayweather. Vegas is like the fight capital. Where Roger Mayweather at in Mayweather? I go link up with Roger Mayweather. He going to be my trainer. It's my first real trainer. And, rest in peace to him. He was kind of like getting towards the end, of his training. And, we just wasn't seeing eye to eye. So I said, man, I got to go. Next best thing was Floyd Mayweather Sr. for his daddy. Went to him. We trained. I said, listen, man, I'm 32 years old. Do I got it? Do I have the potential? Am I too old for this? Because I can go back doing what I was doing. He was like, oh, let's check it out. He's like, nah, you 32 years old, man. You can box till you in your 40s, man. You're heavyweight and you ain't got no damage. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, let's get it. I'm all in, man. He said, what I got to do? Meet me here tomorrow. Come to my house and let's go around. Let's go do this, that, and the other. And that's where I started. I just start. How we get the pro fight? You got to pay your way. You got to pay to get on the show. You got to pay the promoter. You got to pay for your own travel. You got to pay a trainer. I was the first person to take Floyd Mayweather Sr. to Mexico. I took him out there with me. And that was my trainer. And I just ran my record up.
So what did the guys that you was functioning with in the streets say when you packed up and moved to Vegas? You just kind of got up and left, kind of spontaneously.
Yeah. I mean, I was already doing my own thing by, making my money how I was making it. So I wasn't like I was, pulling drive-bys and shooting people the day before I left. I was already, hustling out of town already somewhere. So, when I say the street life, I'm just talking about just all the hustling, all the illegal activity, period. It's over with, I went from making, some nice money to spending money, you know what I'm saying? So, but the hustler's gonna always survive. We're gonna always make our way back somehow, some way. So I hustled the boxing game. You know what I'm saying? I made, all the legit money. The main reason why I was doing it because I'm like, in my mind, I still wanted to go back and hustle some point. And I've lost so much money to law enforcement from not proving how I got this money. And I said, no, once I get a big check, 100,000, police can't take this from me. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of my main reasons, just to get some legit money. You know what I'm saying? Just so I can have money in my bank account, just so I can have cash. And where you get this money from? Prove it. You know what I'm saying? I actually had to sign over waivers to forfeit money, large sums of money, because I couldn't prove where I got it from, legit.
So you was able to escape getting any sort of tax charges or any sort of criminal charges because of that?
Yeah. They dropped your charges. So one of my first drug cases was I got caught for possession of marijuana and possession for sales. They said if you sign over this waiver for this $10,000 cash you got, we'll drop the possession for sales and just give you possession for marijuana. And I got a marijuana card. That's nothing. I said absolutely, take it. You know what I'm saying? So that was the main reason right there too, though. Like I said, just hustling, being in the streets, not really having, the business and economical type, people around you to show you how to do things. I was all on my own. And even from the hustling, I was hustling on my own. Like nobody never really showed me the game and told me how to do this. I just trial and error and did it all myself. You know what I'm saying? $1 million plugs, you know what I'm saying, all over. You know what I'm saying, by myself. You know what I'm saying? I grew to that stage by myself. So and I just had to learn the hard way. So luckily, I chose boxing. And I'm very happy, where I'm at right now. I'm very happy with the decision I made.
So tell me about that first fight that you, the first official fight you had. How'd you fare in that fight? Because you saying you didn't have any amateur experience and not too many rounds under your belt.
Yeah. So my first fight, man, I almost lost the fight. So how you play football and basketball. You shake hands, everyone's cool, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I got to pay for the opponent's fees that he wants for the fight. I got to pay for his room, his travel, blah, 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 blah. So I meet the guy. I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. I don't know if it's a sparring session or not. So we're going to just go in here, and I'm just in there like, okay, whatever, right? And dude just boom, boom, like clip me on the chin a little bit, damn it, knock me out. I'm like, oh, this shit is real. Like, I got to fight. Mind you, I ain't really got no experience. So I was like, man, fuck this boxing shit. I just roughed him up and dropped him. First round knockout. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not about to be in here playing no more. This is some real shit. I'll fuck off my career before it start. You know what I mean? So I told the promoter who I met, like, hey man, I thought this was like some cool shit. We in Mexico, dude, small. He was smiling and took pictures. I thought he was like gonna take a punch and fall or something. You know what I'm saying? He's like, shit, at least I know you got a chin. I'm like, damn, this shit's real. So, you can't play games of boxing. Like I said, I never even had an amateur fight. I never been in the ring before. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no playing. You learn that in sparring too. The motherfuckers, it's a real fight. Sparring is a real fight. So, and mind you, I had 2 rounds of sparring with someone who was basically just in there while I got my hands up. I have no experience. I got street experience. I got the heart, obviously, and I know how to street fight, but boxing is a whole nother ball game. You think you're the biggest, baddest street fighter, and you fight someone who look like he's a kindergarten teacher and whoop you out bad, So that was my experience, you know what I'm saying? I just kind of turned it up a notch every one. Just kept going, kept building my record up, so I got a nice fat payday. And that's what I did.
So after that first fight, after you dropped the dude, I guess your confidence built up and you was like, give me opponent number 2.
Yeah, it was a little bit of confidence. Like I said, I had to take it serious at that point. So right when I got that fight, that's when I actually made the move to Vegas. And I started training with, trainers and boxers and I done been in the ring with some of the best heavyweights in the world, at the time. So I'm getting on the job experience, as I'm going along, I'm actually learning the sport, getting more and more experience as I'm going. So yeah, my confidence is building as I'm going,
So you're learning on the job as well.
Yeah.
So what did you, other than realizing this was real in that first fight, in terms of technical stuff, what did you learn in terms of the technical stuff in that very first fight?
I didn't really learn nothing. I didn't really learn nothing technical. I mean, it was a first round knockout. I think it was like a 2-minute fight. I really didn't learn nothing. I was learning more in the gym. And I was always going to learn. I knew that coming into it. I'm going to learn more in the gym. I'm going to have more rounds and more experience in the gym. Actually higher skilled fighters and harder competition in the gym than I will in a real fight. And that's really how I be.
Now, as a